There's still a lot of talk about EVs.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of noise coming from Europe. Their infrastructure that they had planned and started installing, they've cut it right back. So the support of EVs throughout Europe seems to be softening.
Yeah.
And I do have some numbers here in terms of EV sales. And it just shows EV sales in the early 2024 have fallen by 2.6%. And there's articles that are being written. Wheels Magazine, a well-known motoring magazine, recent Sydney to Melbourne ICE versus EV. ICE is internal combustion engine. Comparisons have highlighted major EV weaknesses in terms of cost, travel time and frustration. A particular weakness of EV, it seems, is highway distance, cruising versus battery charging, because the EVs are very much reliant on the braking to recharge the engine. So if you're doing a long distance, it doesn't get that opportunity charge. So there's a bit, and we're talking about also carrying heavy weights.
Yes.
And that also really punishes the machine or the battery, really drains it very quickly. So there's still a lot of uncertainty for us for I'm sure passenger vehicles, everyone's got a lot of experience in that. But there seems to be some talk from the bigger manufacturers in Europe talking about alternative green energy sources. Obviously hydrogen, ammonia, but there may be, given some of the governments are now pulling back on EV type infrastructure, that there may be on the horizon a new energy source, which is I'm really excited about. I don't know what it is yet, but there's a lot of talk in order to retain the current combustion engines, but using something different to petrol or diesel.
Wow.
And having zero emissions, O2, and still achieving that. And I think another sense of concern is that China has a majority holding of all the rare earths that are on the planet. That's being lithium and cobalt that are essential to the manufacturing of the batteries. So you have someone who's dominating the market. Supply may be an issue. So there may be a different focus in order to have something that you have more sovereignty over in terms of green energy. So you're not sort of reliant on one source. So there's a lot going on there. So interesting times. We were just talking about drones before, sci-fi, new technology. I get a sense that something else is coming.
Yeah.
So I might be wrong.
Know what's happening
I'm often wrong, but let's see if how we go with this one. But I think something else is going to pop up.